Was I right or was I wrong? As you can see, I'm surrounded by gold today because money is raining from the sky. Literally, I'm 55 years of age and I retired today. What do I mean by that? And I want you to reply to me in the comments below and on my poll on X, which will accompany this video. I'm making this during a live video, so if you're watching me live right now, there's no poll. Wait until the end and I posted it. The question is, was I right or was I wrong? And all the gold behind me. 55 years of age and I've retired today. Let me explain it a minute and maybe this might help you make a similar decision. Back long ago, many years ago, back when I was about 18, I started a pension with Scottish Mutual. Remember them? Well, they got took over. They got took over by Phoenix. Anyway, Scottish Mutual all them years ago, and I started putting away $45 a month. £45, that is, because I grew up in England. £45 every month, and that went on for a few years. And the idea was it would be like an endowment policy. It would pay off my mortgage. Well, as time went by, we decided endowment policies weren't good anymore, and people stopped doing it. And anyway, I ended up paying my mortgage off and I didn't need an endowment anyway. So I stopped paying it. And I think I paid in somewhere in the region of about £900. That was it. And I stopped it about 25 years ago. Long time ago. I did it for a few years and stopped paying for it. And I thought, whatever, I'll just leave it. Because if I cashed it in or ended it, I'd pay all these early penalties, and I thought, well, there's no point. I'll just let it sit there, and that'll be enough to make me rich in my old age. Well, at the time, my financial advisor said, what day do you anticipate retiring? And when I was 20 and thought I was a rock star and I was going to be the new Michael Jackson, I was advised that 55 would be a good age because Frank Sinatra carried on singing until he was mid-80s, but the chances are you probably wouldn't be carrying gear around at 55. Well, he was right, as it turned out, because I haven't done it for a few years. I sit in a studio now on YouTube instead. So 55 turned out to be right. Well, a couple of days ago, it was my birthday, and my pension had come to an end. Now remember, I haven't paid into it for 20 odd years, but I paid in about $900. So guesses if you can imagine how much money I had. Because bearing in mind, it's just buying the index. It's just buying the S&P or a basket of funds. It's run by a company, so they're taking a fee for doing it. So anyway, today I called up Phoenix, used to be Scottish Mutual, and I said, oi, I didn't say literally oi, but it just sounds better on the show, doesn't it? I said, oi, can I cash in my account? And they said, why would you want to do that? You know it doubles, that the S&P doubles every 7 years. I said, yeah, I know. Well, if you leave it in, do you need to retire right now? I said, not really, no. Why don't you leave it in? They kept trying to encourage me to leave it in. Leave it in. It'll keep going up and it'll keep doubling. And they're absolutely right. Every 7 years, it could double. I said, no. They said, have you taken financial advice? I said, no. Would you like some financial advice? I said, no. I don't want any financial advice. I do my own financial advising. I do it on YouTube for the whole world. You should tune in. And they said, are you sure about that? I said, yeah, I'm sure about it. What about tax? If you cash it in now, you're going to pay tax. I said, no, I won't. Well, I think you will. No, I won't. Anyway, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Because it's in their interest to keep it managed by them because they make money from it. They might want to sell me other products and services. I said, no. Anyway, guess how much it was? I paid $900, stopped paying it for about 20 years. Well, it turned out that I had about in fact, I did have exactly £5,940, right? That's enough for me. I can retire on that. So I said, no, I'm taking it, which is about, I think, $7,000. Nice, eh? $7,000 in my pocket. And they said, are you sure you want to cash it in? And I said, yep, I want to cash it in. $7,000. Thank you very much. I'll have it. What do you want to do with it? Send it straight to my bank account. Will it take about 10 days? I said, that's all right. I don't need it today. Send it across to my bank. Are you sure? you're going to pay tax. I say, I won't pay any tax because you're allowed to earn about $20,000 a year in the UK, as you are in the US, without paying any tax. So it's not enough to get a tax bill. You're not going to pay any tax on that. So don't worry about that. I've earned no money in the UK for the last 10 years, so I'm not going to get taxed on $6,500, $7,000. Don't worry about that. So that's that. No fees, no charges, boom. Now, was I right to do it? Because the way I see it is this, and maybe this applies to other people who maybe have a little small amount that you had once upon a time. The way I see it is this. I live in the United States and I send money back to the UK to pay my bills. I have a few bills. I have a house there, council tax. In other words, property tax in the US. And every month or every now and again, I've got to send money and I've got to transfer money. And, you know, we've got transfer fees, even though it's only a couple of bucks, virtually free, but there's a couple of bucks. Plus, you've got the conversion rate. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. So if you've got money in the UK to pay UK bills, use that rather than sending this money. Now, the point is why I'm sharing this with you, because maybe you've experienced it yourself. I've taken that money and I'm going to put that money into my Lloyd bank account. That's where it will be in the next 10 days. Ray, I've got some money in the bank. I've never had money in the bank before. About £6,500, £7,000. Robinhood will be available soon in the UK. It's already available on the app, just not the website. Soon it will be available on the website. Because if I leave it in my Lloyd's bank account, I'm going to have nothing on interest. It's just going to sit there and just pay the bills until the bills run out in about 4 or 5 years' time. That's how much it would take to, go through that amount of money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in Robinhood and just buy the S&P. I'm going to buy the S&P in perhaps an ISA. If I can open an ISA, which is equivalent to an IRA, I'll get a 3% match. Hooray! 3% free money. That's great. It'll be in the S&P, which is exactly where it was with Scottish Mutual, except then I'm not going to be paying fees to them to manage it. I can buy the S&P myself. I don't need you to manage it. I can do it myself. So I've got my money, not paid tax, put it in a ISA, equivalent to a Roth in the USA, and buy the S&P wherever it is, whatever. Whether maybe just wait for a dip or not. It doesn't really matter. Buy it. I'll get a 3% match. Let it come up, and of course. Then I've got some money to pay the bills by siphoning it off. Now, of course, if I'm going to use it to pay bills, which I'm probably going to do rather than send money from the US, I want to put that money in the brokerage account where I can actually take it off. Because if I put it in the Roth IRA, the ISA, then maybe there will be penalties for taking it out early. At least you will be if you get a match. If you get a match, you have to pay the match back. So maybe I put half in the ISA, get the match, the other half in the brokerage, like $2,500 or three grand in each. Thank you, DEZ, for your subscription. That way, I've got a bit of money earning interest. I've got a match, and I've got enough just to pay a few bills for the next few years or whatever. Now, was I right in doing that, or would you have left it with them? Bearing in mind, if you leave it with them, it doesn't double just because you've had it for 25 years. What it does, it just compounds from where you are. People get carried away thinking, well, I've had it for 25 years. I might as well keep it a bit longer. Yes, but it's just the same if you take that money and continue the journey. It's not like a magic trick where if you leave it where it is magic and it will double more because it's here. If you put it in the same fund on another account like Robinhood and you're buying the S&P, you've got the $6,000 to carry. It's exactly the same. It's $6,000 is still going to double in 7 years. It's just exactly the same, except I'm not paying fees on it and I have it and I can manage it myself and all the rest of it. So was I right? Was I right in taking my pension? So technically, I retired today because I received my pension. There you go. That's my only pension at the moment other than what's on Robinhood. So leave me your thoughts below. Was I right to do that? Or would you have left it where it was and done absolutely nothing and thought it was going to grow more than if you managed it yourself? What do you think? Leave me your thoughts below. Click above my head, down below in the description. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't mind because I've already done it now and it's too late. So that's it. I'm doomed. I've got no pension now, so I better make some money on my Robinhood. Over here, I'll move to the left. And down here, there'll be more videos. No, in fact, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I can do it this way. I'll put one here, I'll put one there, and I'll put one there. Go like that. 2 little videos just there. Do you like that? That looks good. That's going to work really well. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. I got my pension today. I'm officially old. Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Yes, I know I said that twice. That's because I'm old. I got a pension. Bye-bye for now.